Reviewing your courses so that you can iterate on them is a crucial part of the course production process. It's not something you can just tack on to the end later because there's a pretty good chance you just won't get around to doing it. You never know what horrible slip-ups you'll only catch right at the end, and a really good review process is the difference between a good course and a great one. There are three main types of review that we put our courses through here at Appsembler, and ideally they should be done by more than one person. These different reviews can be done at the same time by the same person, but if you have multiple people checking, you're more likely to catch your errors. The first pass is all about what's not there, a content check. Do all of your videos have transcripts? Does every topic you need to cover actually have content? Is every asset where you expected it to be? In this first review, you're looking to ensure that you've ticked all the boxes and make sure everything's actually where you intended it to be. Next is a very rough copy edit. In this sort of review, you're looking for things like grammatical mistakes, spelling, consistency in your naming conventions. You're not making fundamental changes to the course and its content, you're just quickly reading any written content and checking for anything that might make you look a little bit silly or hurt the readability of your course. When you see an issue, just fix it there and then. Just edit the page you're on and move on. If you're a big enough team to have a dedicated editor, dedicated copy editor, you may prefer to capture those edits first and double check them, but if you're a small team like us, it's just a needless amount of extra hassle. Once that's done, it's time for the big one, a proper content and structure review. This is one where it's actually a great idea to work with another subject matter expert who hasn't been as involved with the course to get their perspective. Enroll yourself a Fresh Learner account, hop on a video call, share your screen, and walk through the course as that learner, with no special privileges or permissions to make sure everything looks right. You need to go through and explain what you cover in each unit of your course to the person that you're on the call with. You don't need to look at all the words and videos themselves unless you want to check you covered something specific. This is more about ensuring there are no gaping holes in your content, and that the learner account that you're using is actually able to earn a certificate. Intentionally get some of the questions wrong and see what happens. Get some questions right and see what happens. Think about how it feels when you move from subject to subsection to make sure everything flows smoothly. Check that you've contextualized everything and explain what's expected of the learner, and above all, have a conversation with whoever you're working with to see if they have any suggestions to improve on what you've done. This can lead to you writing new content, moving your content around, cutting irrelevant content, and otherwise fundamentally changing your course. This means you may well have to do another round of the other reviews as well. But it's a good idea to limit the amount of rounds of review that you're willing to do, because nothing's worse than constantly going over the same content again and again and again. Provided what you're teaching is interesting and useful and the course actually works, learners will forgive the occasional slip. I've made mistakes when recording this video. Do you really care? I'm hoping probably not. By reviewing your courses, they become consistent, focused, and accurate. So do yourself a favour and make sure you schedule some proper review time. This video was created for the Appsembler Academy. If you want to learn more about making great courses, come and check us out over at academy.appsembler.com.